Not every hustle takes place down a dark alleyway. Many of today's cons happen in broad daylight, in the comfort of what appears to be a reputable shop. Alex, Jess and Paul have rented this shop to show you some of the most common cases of daylight robbery taking place on the high street today. The alternative cosmetics market in the UK is worth millions, and wherever there is money to be made, hustlers will always find a way to exploit it. Today, the team are going to prove that there is still a market for snake oil. Alex, Jess and Paul are hard at work in the back room mixing the cheapest lotions available with our very special secret ingredient, parsley. Then repackage it in expensive-looking apothecary bottles to be sold on as luxury organic skincare. Olea Skin soaps are simply cheap ones that have had the name taken off and then have been tied up using some string. And the hair care range is rebottled with a drop of sweet-smelling oil to be sold with a markup of nearly 3,000%. To the average shopper, it looks like a perfectly normal store, but it has actually been rigged with hidden cameras and false mirrors, so we can watch every move that takes place as we expose this common remarketing scam. Olea Skin is open for business, ready to serve their repackaged fake organic products to any passing punter.
Hello, how are you?
First impressions are important, and she is soon won over by Alex's sales patter.
One of my most popular products has been this moisturiser, because it came in fresh.
These are all moisturising creams.
Last night. They're all put together by hand. And this came. Have a try. The revitalising moisturiser. It's got an ingredient called Petroselinum crispum, and it's this little herb that grows up in the mountains of Tuscany.
Actually, Petroselinum crispum is simply the Latin name for parsley, but at least it sounds impressive, and every lotion needs a secret ingredient.
It smells good, doesn't it? I think it smells very nice.
This is a fresh batch that we've just got in today.
Jess is speaking the truth. She bought a vat of it first thing this morning from the market.
Although Petroselinum crispum is hard to get, there's an endless supply of it. I mean, we can just keep making this stuff. So altogether, that's £12, please. Great.
So, our first customer of the day has bought a luxury shampoo and conditioner for £12. She thinks she's got a great bargain, but the actual cost of producing it was just 40p. That's a massive markup of 3,000%. And it's not just women who are interested in Olea Skin products.
Oh right, we do a body lotion which also doubles up into a hand lotion as well. It's got beeswax extract as well, which is great for chapped skin, and it helps with the blood circulations in your hands, so it will rejuvenate your cells and make it a lot smoother. It's also great for wrinkles, but it will be great for wrinkles though as well.
So, with a little flattery and some pretty packaging, this customer has bought a tub of £6 parsley hand cream that actually cost 27p to produce. Throughout the morning, there's a steady run of customers who are more than happy to part with their cash for this economy-class scent at first-class prices.
Thank you ever so much.
Paul's job is to replenish the stocks, and he's going to have to work fast as the customers just keep on coming. The women are keen to try, but will they buy? Alex's silver tongue gets to work.
It's all got an active ingredient called Petroselinum crispum, which is this plant that grows up in Italy. This has been chilled, you see. I pack them in different bags.
Well, it's the smell as well, but it's the amount.
When they have active ingredients, and the more fresh they are, the more you should try and keep them refrigerated.
The sales start to roll on, and Paul is struggling to keep up with the demand.
I think very good value for money, especially because it's like allergy tested, organic. So I think it's very good price, £6.
They said the products were made all on a farm somewhere in England, and I like that idea as well.
I don't usually buy organic products, but I was really tempted in there, so I thought, well, it's good value for money, so I thought, yeah, why not treat myself?
And finally, it's closing time. It's been a successful day's trading with bargain basement products selling at luxury prices, generating the team a huge profit.
In the Old West, traveling conmen would sell snake oil, claiming it would cure anything from athlete's foot to acne. In an industry that makes over £5 billion a year, it's not hard to find a little modern-day snake oil out there.
Looks can be deceiving, and there is something odd about this empty shop that is attracting attention.
I'd like to smash the bloody place up, to be quite honest with you.
I've lost 250 quid, just like that.
It seems like there's nothing I can do about it at the moment.
Because 24 hours earlier, it was a mobile phone shop, and it really was a case of phones for us. The team starts dressing their new mobile phone shop. All they need to do to make it look authentic is to give it a silly name, have a couple of mobile phones for display, and a lot of empty boxes. But what's special about this shop is that in 24 hours, it won't exist. The shop is wired for sound and vision, so you won't miss a thing, and the customers won't suspect a thing either. This camera is behind a two-way mirror. Alex opens for business. He and Paul are the salesmen, while Jess waits for a cue as the convincer, someone who pretends to be a satisfied customer in front of the potential victims. Alex and Paul run over the plan.
An £800 phone.
Yeah, we'll take a deposit or a full payment. We'll tell them to come back, pick up their phones, but by the time they come back to pick up the phones, we're gone.
Would you hand over a deposit or the full amount at a shop like this for an item you would have to come back and collect? The bait is a huge saving on the normal price, but keep watching to see how the team reel them in with image, play acting and downright lies. The first customer arrives. Already 2 men in suits and a stock shop seem real enough.
How do we help?
Pay-as-you-go phone.
All right, my colleague can have a...
How are you?
Not too bad, thanks.
What's your name?
Mike.
I'm Paul.
Nice
How are
to
you?
Their sales talk is believable.
But what we're selling are the best phones, the most up-to-the-minute phones, for the best prices.
Now Jess makes her entrance, a happy shopper there to pick up her phone.
For retail.
If the victim had any doubts, then this little act reassures him that the money up front will be honoured by delivery of goods.
It's on the very top shelf there.
All right.
Yeah, sure. This is
Quick. Take care.
50 quid, that would be this one here. That is $59.99.
He has no idea as he pays his deposit that the shop will be gone, and so will his cash by the next morning.
Yeah, will do.
In case I'm not here.
So, before 10 tomorrow, yeah?
After 10.
After 10
After
tomorrow.
10 tomorrow.
All right, that's great.
All right,
Lovely.
thank you very much.
for your help.
Thanks very much.
Take care.
Cheers, thank you. I'll see you
Bye-bye.
soon. Cheers, bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Shop, I think.
But now see how Paul skillfully persuades a customer to part with the whole amount.
Great.
Hi there, good morning.
If you want to pay the full amount today, I'll give you 10% off.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, so that's 50 down, it's 250. So
The bonus 10% discount is enough to clinch the sale. And worse still, the victim pays by credit card. And with professional scammers, this means they will take the opportunity to steal his card details and his PIN.
Just any time tomorrow.
Yeah,
after 10.
if either of us are not here, make sure you've got your receipt. Yeah?
Yep.
Great.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, bye-bye.
It's time to shut up shop and count the takings.
We've got about 1,300.
With the victims not due to return until the next morning, our team have got plenty of time to clear up and clear off. The fake wall and hidden cameras are removed to leave a barely recognisable empty shop. This is the Real Hustler's latest venture, a vintage clothing store. Jess is putting the finishing touches to the shop and making it look normal, while Alex checks the hidden cameras and microphones.
Spot on. Perfect.
This is a two-way mirror concealing another of our cameras. It all looks real enough, so what is the team up to? The first customers arrive and are soon browsing for a bargain.
Anything take your fancy?
I like that jumper.
That one, how much is that one for?
That one is 60.
She's sorely tempted. It looks like a Chanel original, and for £60, that's a bargain. She decides to buy.
You'd be gutted if you came back in, it was gone, wouldn't you? You'd be like,
And out comes the money. She's a happy shopper. So, what's the con? Well, there isn't a single vintage item for sale in the shop, and our hustlers didn't pay a penny for any of the goods. In fact, they've just picked it all up off the street. To see how they did this, we have to go back to the previous Friday. This is part one of the scam, the drop-off. Our hustlers are delivering fake charity collection bags to householders, who they hope will fill them up in good faith, believing that their generosity will help raise funds for charity. With the bags delivered, the team can go home and enjoy their weekend in anticipation of stage 2. It's Monday and time for the collection. The bags are now full with donated clothing and other items. The team merely have to harvest their catch. Back at the den, it's the sort. Items are selected for saleability and priced accordingly. Remember, these have cost the team absolutely nothing, and every penny made is going into their pockets.
What this is?
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is
Put
value.
a good
That is
label
value.
on that.
Sequins means money.
To make sure the garments look vintage, any telltale labels that betray a cheap provenance are removed.
Write these up.
Unlabelled, these garments will attract a high price. The next day, the shop is fully stocked and Alex puts the finishing touches to vintage RIP.
We should really wash some of this stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't...
It's not long before they get some customers.
Well, vintage is all clothes that have been kept very well, and we've had them all reconditioned. So you get the old style, the old cut. Beautiful.
Alex is playing the convincer. It's his job to make sure everyone else in the shop feels comfortable about buying the goods.
Right then.
I'll take that, actually.
You want to do it?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, that's £50. Okay.
I like your jacket.
Only 55, which is 10% off today. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Cheers, Jeff.
Bye. I'm Jess.
So with clothes that cost them nothing passed off as expensive antique fashion, they get their first sale.
Bye.
And Alex returns his shirt so he can buy it again.
Quickly before someone walks in, give me my 45 quid. So we'll reset. All right, £15.
Sales rack up throughout the day.
All right, absolutely. That's £15. It's £10, please. Thank you very much.
The real victims of this scam are the generous donors who put their clothes in the collection sacks 4 days ago thinking they were donating to a good cause.
£39. Very much.
Charity collection scams are estimated to cost charities over £1 million each year in lost revenue. The trading day ends and Paul counts the takings. It's just over £1,000.